Hello and welcome to this video tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll walk you through showing you different sections of the Microsoft Word document window. And I'll be using 2016 version. Some of you probably might have 2010 version installed on your computer, so there is very little difference with the two versions, right? The main difference probably you will notice is this design tab here, which you won't see it in 2010, but it is here in 2016. And maybe there will be other differences that you will notice as we go on, probably with the command buttons or tools. You might find them at different locations, and you might be unfamiliar with these. I mean, it will still be fine because the concept still remains the same. Alright, so we'll go right into it. We'll start off with the top left hand corner, which is this section here. We call it the quick access toolbar. And we do have three buttons there by default: the save button, the undo button, and the redo or repeat button. Now you can actually add more tools in here by clicking on this arrow pointing down, right? And then you can add some more tools or command buttons there. Now the next section will be this section here. This is simply called the title bar, right? It will contain the title of the document. Right now we are seeing document 1, and this particular title is given by the program itself by default, right? That's the default name of the document. It will still remain the same unless you save this document and give a different name. Alright, and the next section is this section here. This is the window control button area, right? You have three main buttons here. The first one, the X, which is close button, and the middle one has two names depending on the shape of this button. When it's like this, it is called the restore down button, and when you click on it, then you hover the mouse above it, and it will probably give you the maximize button, or the name will be maximize. And the last button here is a minimize button. When you click on it, your document is minimized and goes down to the taskbar. Right, this is the taskbar. Right, so that's that. Now we will move to the next section. The next section is this section here. Alright, you can see these names: file, home, insert, design, and so on. Now these are what we call the ribbon tabs, right? Ribbon tabs, or sometimes people just call them in short as tabs. Alright, so those are the tabs. Now the next section will be down below the tabs. We have this bigger section called the ribbon, right? Now the ribbon houses different command buttons which are associated with the tabs up here. For instance, now you will find the home tab active or open right now, and all the command buttons or tools that are associated with it are displayed in the ribbon section. Now if you click on the insert tab, you will see different group of tools or command buttons which are associated with the insert tab, and you will find them within this ribbon. Just one more thing, you will notice that these command buttons are actually grouped and given a group name. For instance, the first group here are given the name clipboard, the next group here are given the name font, and the next paragraph, styles, editing. Right, so like for instance in here we have the font group of commands here. Now these commands here, you will need them when you want to do any editing to your fonts. So for instance, if you want to change the font color, you have the button here to do that. If you want to increase the font size, you have these buttons here, or you can also click on this and then select any number from there to increase the font size to that particular value that you will click. Alright, and if you want to change the font face, you have it here. I mean, the options are here. If you want to bold it, italicize, underline it. So the group name is given according to these buttons are used for. Alright, that's that. Now we move on to the next section, and the next section is this section here. In fact, we have two different sections, the horizontal one at the top and the vertical one. We call this ruler, right? That's the ruler section. Alright, that's straightforward. We'll move to the next section. The next section is this section here. This is the scroll bar. Alright, we have this vertical scroll bar. We also have a horizontal scroll bar that is not shown right now. Now, if you look carefully at the scroll bar, you will see some buttons, or rather some arrows here as well. These are the scroll buttons. This is the one at the top, and this one is right at the bottom. Now, sometimes you can actually just click on these arrows to move the page up and down one step at a time. Right? But if you want to click this bar here, the scroll bar, you will click and drag, and which way you drag, the page will move according to the direction that you drag this bar at the scroll bar area. Alright, the horizontal scroll bar is not shown because we can easily see the left side of the page from the right. Now, if you zoom in this page, you will see the horizontal scroll bar appearing, because you probably might not see the left side of the page from the right and so on. So you need to scroll left to right to view what is hidden. So that's when the horizontal scroll bar will be activated or will be visible. Right, so now the next step will be down below here. Now this is the status bar. The status bar will have different information sets that will display the status of the document. For instance, now if you look at the bottom left hand corner, you have this information here that says page 1 of 1. It means to say that we are on page 1 of 1 page. Okay, so which means that this document has only 1 page. If we have 10 pages in this document, you will see 1 of 10. Right, so you are currently on page 1 of this 10-page document. That's what it means. Alright, so the next one here, you will see 0 words. We haven't typed anything here, so there are no words. So it can actually count the number of words as you are typing. Okay. Now, and there you can also right-click in the status bar section, and then you will see different settings that you can actually select them to appear automatically at the status bar area. Right now we will move on to our next section, which is this section here. You will see that there are 3 buttons here. For you, if you are on Windows 2010 version, you probably will find 5 different view options. These are called the view options, the different ways in which you can view the document. Alright, so that's that. We will move to the next, and the next one is this section here. The Windows Zoom controls, you will find them here. Right, you will see the minus sign and the plus sign. These are actually for you to click on if you want to zoom in or zoom out of this document. The plus sign will actually, when you click on the plus sign, you will zoom in. If you click on the minus sign, you will zoom out. Alternatively, you can also click on this zoom slider to zoom in and out. If you move the slider towards the plus sign, you actually zooming in. If you move the slider towards the minus sign, you're actually zooming out. Okay, so that's the Windows Zoom control section there. And now we'll move to our next section. This is the last section that I'm going to cover in this tutorial, and this is what we call the taskbar. Right, if you're on 2010, and especially if you are on Windows 7, you will see here your start menu and your date and your time. They are all part of this taskbar. You will also find some applications which are pinned to the taskbar for easy access, and also any programs that are currently running, you will find them at the taskbar area. Okay, so I think that's all. I'll see you in our next tutorial. Thank you.